play a role and can play the most vital role in using our platforms. I'm not huge on social media, but I know that using your platforms to discuss and share information and make up for those spaces where, again, there isn't information readily available to us. A lot of the diaspora, or a lot of people use that as an excuse to not say anything or do anything, but it is our responsibility as especially individuals who know the journey and the struggle that our parents endured, and know what the struggles, all of my cousins back home are now just about gone. Asking those questions, having those conversations with them, hearing people's stories, that is important, and that is how you continue on a legacy. That's how you keep our culture, our tradition, our history alive, is by, we have to take the responsibility at one point. Our parents are not going to be here forever. So I think we have the responsibility of continuing on in learning and speaking and having discussions and educating and changing spaces.
I agree, we definitely have a responsibility. I think one of the tough things is that our parents came here and they struggled and they want us to just do well. But then, if we express interest, like when I was in college, I remember I was telling my dad I was going to write a paper about Eritrea, and he's like, why? What are you going to do with that? How's that going to help you with the job? And he didn't understand that curiosity for me was important, because we don't have a lot of research written about Eritrea, right? A lot of people don't know about it. So I felt like something that I could do that I understood was I'm going to research, I'm going to write a paper, I'm going to try and present this. Because we have those skills. A lot of people, maybe they don't have the language skills, English. Maybe they don't have the technology, the communication, but a lot of us have that who grew up here. So that's something that we can offer, and then we can take, our parents' generations, experiences and use that and work together. And so even if you want to be a doctor, an engineer, whatever you want to do, there's some way you can still add some activism to your work, right? You don't have to be a full-time activist. That's maybe not what everyone can do. It's a very tough life, but it doesn't matter what career you have, you should not ignore and think, well, I just need to focus on money, or I just need to focus on taking care of my family, right? That was our parents' struggle, and a lot of us usually are not in that same situation. So if you have that ability and that time, it could be a couple hours each week, right? Anything you can do, whether it's posting an article, whether it's showing up to an event, whether it's fundraising, we have those skills in that time, and we use it for so many things, right? We have so many other things we do, and somehow we don't have time to contribute. And I just don't believe that that's the reality. So anything you can do, it can just be something small. I just really, really urge you to do that, because we need that help. Our families need that help. Our parents need that help. They are tired. They don't want to be the ones doing everything. So anything we can do, really, really just take that time, because you have power.
Thank you for that. I gotta quickly ask these last questions. And not everyone has to answer. But in what ways do you think that we can have the neutral or Haida Eritreans join our cause in creating this front to save our Eritrean people from virtual extinction?
This is the year 2020. If someone identifies themselves as a full Higdef supporter, you can't convince the devil to not be a devil. Forget them. They're the 1%. I cannot possibly waste my energy on a person who pretends to be asleep. You're never gonna wake them up. So let's move on. Let us invite our brothers who are afraid, who are taking the neutral stand, and who are only having this conversation at their kitchen table. They are the people we need to work together. How do we engage them? Have a conversation. Go see them. Start the tough conversation with love, compassion, not just condemning. Yes, they could be frustrating. Yes, they could be dragging their feet, but compassion can lead anyone to the right path. Don't waste your time with the deaf people. Number two, invite them for an outreach, right? Anybody has a soft heart to do the outreach. So let's go visit those people who recently arrived. They need support. Those who are in detention center currently in our local states, in Canada, and wherever they are at, let's reach out to them. So anything that requires outreach, it's a humanitarian thing, so they'll reach. That's another aspect of it. And you can also invite them for a professional network. I know a lot of the diasporas are professionally motivated and money motivated. So if you join a professional network, I know there's the Eritrean Law Society, I know there's the medical profession joining, putting an organization together, or whatever it is. It could be the local women's gathering or a coffee session or a brunch. Invite them to the table, have that conversation. Don't waste your time with hooked up people. They'll come when they get there.
She's right. Abiatra Khalosi, Philippos Mishake, everybody knows him. Well, we had a fight with his daughter because even though Abiatra Khalana in an Eritrea situation and I feel like no, Kamzi Yalan. Come on. Like, Kala Umoy Dafwa Kala Umoytra. Kab Ana Adre College in Data Mahera, College Sina Mahbara, Tababat, Economics and Business Malati. Kab Adre Nasmaran Hanatu. كلتا ليتن حدر نيرنا أبريكان دباس مني باسني إيش دايما زين خطوة سدناس بقى ملو معتو إلكا ملو ليت تحدر نزيجن نستانتا because بعوتي ستادن كسا عصب سنتك فلتي فالحاجة جسي كونن كمزي just حنسا كمزي فليتو تسق دلو سبسي والحنسا تقبل تخلني okay so نحن نتفليتو تسق دلو نبلو بحيلنا تسو نتي مو فرق دلو ولا نافلت أخنسو تفرح دلو نافلت أخنسو كان بزح كي تقدس الحلف دلو سب let's bring كمزي facts truths بتدلو حكي عند هرتا زارينا بتوم عبيتي كاب قدم كساحجي تزاربوا لهم ناقش تكون بزهين بس ولا بزهين information هلون قل حدا خلط تسألهم حكي نت حدا خلط تدلهم قل عند هملينا يا عسرت عند هرابتي هنا daily WhatsApp يلا information more facts more truths عند هرابتي خلوا هذا الأولى نمنتاي ديك ياسر نمنتاي نتنا point of view ولا perspective ديك ياسر يغير يسوع نحنا حقي دولو situation رح نمتعيو أبت سبقا غيري كسر رحيون I'll move on to the last question. What tips do you have for the Eritrean diaspora to help advocate for Eritreans in Eritrea?
Okay, so tips on how one can get involved. Educate yourself, think critically without the noise of your parents and raise awareness of what's going on in Eritrea. Create a space for dialogue with Eritrean diasporans in your community to figure out how people can unite with one another to help advocate for Eritreans in Eritrea. Join Reclaim Eritrea DC chapter, One Day Siom, or any local organizations advocating for Eritreans through a conscious lens. Help Eritrean refugees in any capacity.
Okay, I'm just going to read this out on live too. Sign and share the petition asking the U.S. State Department to help evacuate refugees out of Libya. contact UNHCR and ask them to increase the scale of to save the lives of incarcerated refugees in Libya. Send a message to the UNHCR's headquarters or email their Libyan field office. We can also send a message to EU demanding that they cancel their deal with Libyan Coast Guard and resume the sea rescue instead. And then listen and share with your friends and to refugees in Libya, written by a former refugee like Sham Habta'ak, whose song's name, Pain from Eritrea, is its greatest way to start a conversation with them about this unseen tragedy. So I guess have that conversation today is the biggest tip here.
Well, call your congressional delegation and ask them to use their unique position of power to support evacuating refugees out of Libya.
Do something visible in your area, like a demonstration, a vigil, or a concert to raise awareness about the plight of refugees in Libya, and invite local media to cover the event. One major action that already drew a lot of attention in the media was the Ride for Justice, a cross-country bike race in Europe organized by the Eritrean diaspora to bring attention to the plight of their brothers and sisters on the other side of the sea.
Okay, two things. One is spread awareness in your communities and social media about the bill HR 5767. This is introduced by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. She introduced this to defer the removal of 700 Eritrean refugees for a 24-month period, and contact all your members of Congress, especially Republicans, to support this bill because it would bring immediate relief for Eritrean refugees and nationals. And then second is you can make a handwritten note or a card letting refugees know that they are not alone and that you are standing with them. So this is an effort you can be a part of by emailing a photo to Andrea@asylumseekers.org, and you can have your message forwarded to a refugee in Libya.
Okay, to the Eritrean diaspora, I leave you all with this quote. You're not to be blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it, from Malcolm X. Please give a round of applause for these ladies.
ግርሞስ ይመላ ኣለኹ
مسكنا كل ነገር ገራ ዳለወተዳ ኣብዚ ኢለን ካውሰርን መዛለይ ደሓሳ ካብዚ ንወፃል ፕሮግራምና ክንቅፅል ኢና እማኒ ኢለን ካውሰር ካኒ በቲ ፕሮግራምና ንሽተይ ክዛረባና እያ
ካውሰር መጻባ
እሞ ቅድም ኣብቲ ፕሮግራምና ኣፀቢቕና ምእታውና ሓንቲ ፌቨር ክትገብሩለይ ሓስቦ ክደልየ ኣለኹ እሞኒ ኩላትክን ኣብ ዘለኹም ንምንታይ ሓንቲ ሶሪ ሳይትሓዘለይ ንምፍላጥ ሓንቲ ኣክቲቪቲ ክንገብር ኢና እሞኒ 10 ደቂቃ ትወስድ ንሳ ከዓኒ ተሲክን ንዘይትፈልጦ ሰብ ቅድሚ ሕጂ ተፋሊጥክን ወደይ ትፈልጣ ሰብ ርኢኹሎ ወደይ ትፈልጡ ሰብ ሽምክን መን እዩ ካበይ ናይ ስቴት ኢኽን መፂኽን ንምንታይ ከ ንሎማዓንቲ ናብዚ ፕሮግራም መፂኽን ካብዚ ፕሮግራም ከ እንታይ ሓሲብ እንታይ ቀሲምክን ክትከዳ ትሓስባ ተሲክን 10 ደቂቃ ንፋለጥና ንሕድና ንጀመር
Very hard. Oh, was it also bad?